Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to My Driven. Today, I'm going to be doing a little bit of Honda Civic maintenance. This is just routine maintenance kind of stuff that really, I shouldn't have had to do so soon. I mean, I just got this car from CarMax, and frankly, I'm a little disappointed that they didn't change these things themselves. Now, I'm talking about the filters, the engine air filter and the cabin air filter. And I've got them sitting right over here. Just ordered them off of Amazon, I believe. There'll be links down below if you happen to need these for some reason. Pretty simple to do. This is not a complicated maintenance task. Now, I did do a video not too long ago where I checked them. I wanted to see how easily they came out where they were. And I didn't expect them to be so dirty. They were filthy. So I'm going to show you that again. But we're going to start with the engine air filter. And it, of course, is right here underneath the intake. And yes, the Civic does have an intake. All cars do. All you have to do is flip these two little latches, I guess, and then pull up. Now, if I recall, when I did it before, it was a little difficult to get up. It kind of latches, looks like right there in the back. And I know you probably can't see it. Maybe you can. But it should be pretty easy to do. Again, this is not a complicated mod. So we're going to go ahead and see about lifting this up. Again, it was there. I guess you kind of lift up, push back a little bit. We'll take a look down there. They actually have, I don't know if you'll be able to see again, but down there they have a little arm right down here on the edge that goes into a slot down below. You might be able to see that. If not, yeah, you can see the slot there and then the arm right there on the side. So that reveals the filter. See if I can do this one-handed. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. And this one really was quite filthy. I mean, look at that. I would never let a filter go this long. And obviously it's sucking air in more off of the left side, which makes sense because when this is in, it goes in like this, right? So here is where the air is going into the engine, the throttle body back there, and here is where all the grime and stuff is, not over here on the other side. So let's grab the new one. We'll compare that to the old one, then we'll go ahead and get it put in. All right, taking a look at the new one, if you can't tell, it's whiter compared to the old one, and there is a bit of a difference. Not sure how to show up on camera. This is almost yellowed because it is dirty, and this is more of a pure white. But again, the true dirt on it is over here. I mean, looking at this compared to this, much better. So to get it in, and I can't do this one-handed, I'm sure, set you guys down. Same way you took it out, not rocket science. I'm gonna go ahead and lift up. And actually, before I do that, let's take a quick look in the bottom. There is a bunch of what looks like, I don't know, grit, gravel, sand, I don't know what that is. So before I put it in, I'm going to go ahead and grab the sweeper real quick and sweep that out. Doesn't make sense to put a brand new filter in on top of dirt and stuff that may get embedded in it anyway, when I can just go ahead and sweep it out. Got it all swept up. Let's go ahead, get on with it, get the new one in here. So this is why sometimes things take longer than you anticipate. Well, you know what? I actually had that the other way around. There we go. It should, in theory, yeah, just sit right in there. And then we have to make sure we get those back little clips hooked through. So once you have it in, ideally, you'll be able to, there you go, push it back on, like so. That is it. That's all it takes. A little more cumbersome than I anticipated, particularly since I had to sweep it out, but that's it. Now, let's move on to the cabin filter. Okay, got the new filter over here. The old one, of course, is hidden behind the glove box. And to open the glove box, you just have to push in on each side. It will drop down. And then back there where you see that white tag, I believe that's the door that comes off, if I remember. So, let's go ahead and push in on the glove box. There you go. That's pretty simple. And then, as I mentioned, right up above the 95, actually, I think, is a door. You kind of want to push on the edges of this, if I remember right. And then it will release like that. So, right on the edge here is this little tab. You want to push that in on each side, and then it will open up. And it does show you the airflow there, as well as on the old filter. And on the new one, it also shows you airflow right there. So you want to put it in the same way. So we should hopefully be able to just pull this thing out of there. There we go. And let's take a look at this one as compared to the new one. Quite filthy, quite brown. Actually, maybe this car had a smoker, I don't know. But if you look at the new one compared to the old one, it's obviously quite brown. So I would say there was probably a smoker in this car. If there was, they did a great job of cleaning it out because it can't smell anything. Now, we just slide the new one in, hopefully, the same way we took the old one out. This would be much easier to do, by the way, if I wasn't doing it one-handed. That actually fits too well. I wonder if it's a little smaller than the original. Let's see. It is. It's a hair bit smaller than the original. I don't know if that matters. Let's see. If we turn it the other way, it's still just as small. So it's basically a square. You can see on the edge here, it's a little bit more narrow than the old one. Again, I don't know if that matters, but I'm going to go ahead and stick it in and then close it all up. Real quick, I've got it in there. It actually seems to fit a little better than the original one does, so I'm pretty happy about that. And there you have it. That's all there is to changing the filter inside. One little note. The new filter was a little bit shorter, as you saw, so it didn't kind of wedge in there like the original did. There's a little lip on that door. It has to sit up above that lip for the door to fit on. Otherwise, that little edge, that little lip, will push against the filter and not go far enough into clasp. Not a big deal, just something to be aware of. If you're putting one in, you kind of have to push it up a little bit and then slip the door in. Anyway, that's just a real quick Honda maintenance day. Again, things that I think probably should have been done by Toyota should have been done by CarMax when they brought this car in for their 10 million point inspection, right? I don't know. Anyway, leave a comment, let me know. Do you check these things on your vehicle, or do you just wait until you take it in for service and pay to have them do it? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive, all about the Toyota Tacoma, and Rob Motive JT, all about the Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Also, go ahead and click the subscribe button here. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.